Cheerios, good morning.
Yeah, don't let the Cheerios get soggy. They're not as good.
No, that's a good recommendation.
Yes. You put the apples, peaches, and pumpkin pie on, and it's almost like having Fruit Loops.
That's a good example.
Yes. Another beautiful day.
Yes, sirree. For sure.
In the backyard this morning, having a cup of coffee with Pam and just enjoying it while we can.
Yep, because you never know when it's going to stop.
Yes.
And when it decides it's going to, it's going to.
Yeah. And then it won't be back till November.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Oh, well. Anyway, it's a Tuesday. It is the 9th day of June, 2020. And, well, not a whole lot going on. You could check the Kxo website, kxoradio.com, click on our community calendar, and not a whole lot there, right?
Yes. No, that's true. Very, very true.
Okay. And people have asked me about high school sports, fall sports. I don't know.
I was going to say, you said, I don't know. It's kind of like people have asked about Freedom Fest. I can tell you right now, the 4th of July, there won't be Freedom Fest. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know. We're still waiting for answers.
Yes, we are, on a lot of different levels and on a lot of different things.
Yes. And, you know, there are more important things in life than who cares if Major League Baseball, the NBA, or NFL play. I mean, there are far more important things in life.
Well, I like football, basketball, or this game or that game. I'd say that I miss them.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying you don't miss them. I'm just saying there are more important things than, like going to Petco Park, paying $20 for a beer, $10 for a hot dog.
Yeah, or watching a ping pong tournament. Yeah.
Yes, or cornhole. Yeah, that's the hot sport on ESPN right now.
Don't tell them.
Oh, well. So we haven't heard much about the murder hornets lately, have we?
No.
Well, in China, the Chinese army has announced they will attack murder hornets with flamethrowers. I can see we're just one step away from delicious, crispy barbecued hornets with sweet and sour sauce, right?
Sure. That sounds good.
Okay.
Little salsa.
Yeah. I'll give it a try. What the heck?
Little salsa.
Yes. Okay. You ready for some birthdays?
I'm ready.
Okay. Comedian Jackie Mason is 92 today. Probably somewhere, someplace, he's doing some stand-up comedy.
Yeah, who was that again?
Jackie Mason.
Oh, Mason, okay.
Yeah, you know the face in a heartbeat.
I would. I thought you said Gleason, and I said, no, he's been gone a long time.
Yeah. And let's see, Nick Vitale is 81. And Mick Box, he plays guitar for Uriah Heep. He's 73. Actor Michael J. Fox, 59. Johnny Depp, 57. Actress Gloria Rubin, 56. And let's see. Dean Felber plays bass for Hootie and the Blowfish, 53. Actress Keisha Sharp, 47. Actress Michaela Conlon, 42. Actress Natalie Portman, 39. Actress Mae Whitman is 32. And actor Lucien Laviscount is 28. Local birthdays coming up.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone. Connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope. furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Let's celebrate our KXO birthdays. Happy birthday, Danny Rees, Brody Borola, Mary Roach, Dolores Sanders, Mary Lopez, Tricia Harbert, Sebastian Alvarado, Nelly Ramirez, Monica Morales, Mark Sanchez, Maria Dowden, Leslie Necochea, Hector Cervantes, Gustavo Bibiano, Christian Orendin, Bernice Rabb, Siobhan Borchard, Lauren Jensen, Anthony Picasso, Tiffany Juarez, Steve Evangelist, Myra Jimenez, Ezekiel Whiteman, Ricardo Moreno, Brandon Gilbert, Herman Cornejo Jr., and Andrea Valdez. Happy birthday from KXO. And we wish each and every one of them a very happy birthday. Let's see, today it's Donald Duck Day. Can you talk like Donald Duck? Yeah. Okay. Donald Duck made his first screen appearance June 9th, 1934. Yeah. Donald's pants have yet to make their first screen appearance. Yeah. So.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was earlier than that. That he
Mickey was
famous.
Around before Donald.
Yeah, Mickey I know was.
Yeah.
But I thought Donald was too. I thought they kind of went hand in hand, but I guess not.
Well, it would be kind of like paw in wing. Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something.
And today also is Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day. That's something my wife Pam loves. Me, I love strawberry rhubarb pie without the rhubarb.
Yeah. I kind of thought you might say that.
Yes. Rhubarb.
Actually, there are people that like it, but just ever once in a while with
yes.
rhubarb.
And I'm sure rhubarb grows around here, but up north and in the Midwest, it pretty much grows wild. It will take over everything.
It's very prevalent on our canal banks.
Really?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yes, it's the favorite food of the Johnny Owl,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The burrowing owl.
Yes.
Don't get near it. That owl will attack, won't he?
Yes. More, you believe it, they will.
Yes. What are they, 4 or 5 inches tall?
Yeah, they're not very big.
No. And
But they're brave.
They will come right after you in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat.
Okay. Are you ready for news?
We've got a whole bunch of news.
Okay. We're going to jump in with a look at World and California news headlines right now, brought to you by Lack Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal, your year-round comfort specialists.
CBS News Update. George Floyd's casket being moved into place for today's funeral at Fountain of Praise Church in Houston. Correspondent Michelle Miller.
The Reverend Al Sharpton is expected to deliver the eulogy today, as he did at a memorial service in Minneapolis last week. Floyd will be buried next to his mother, who he cried out for during those last moments.
Rodney Floyd believes his 6'6" brother did not die in vain.
Tell you what, if he was told he would have to sacrifice his life to bring the world together, and I knowing him, I knowing he would have did it.
The family has met with Joe Biden. He tells CBS News.
They were telling me that, guess what, Mr. Vice President? All the young white men and women marching with young black men and women, almost as many. It's going to change. There's hope.
Floyd's body will be carried to the cemetery in a horse-drawn carriage. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Lock Air Conditioning wants you to protect the things you care about. Protect your family with the air scrubber that utilizes Active Pure, certified technology to protect against airborne and surface contaminants. Clean, deodorize, purify, and protect not only your family, but your home. The air scrubber installs easily to your heating and cooling system, and it's made in the USA. Call Lock Air Conditioning now for details. 760-353-4501. Lock Air Conditioning, and protect the things you care about. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Memorial service today in Houston for George Floyd after thousands gathered Monday in L.A. for a memorial rally for the man who died in police custody in Minneapolis.
We're seeing people that are all generational, working, marching together, sick and tired of what has been happening to African Americans.
Pastor William Smart, religious and community leaders taking part in 4 area processions organized by Black Lives Matter. More information released about the suspect in that weekend shooting that left a Santa Cruz County Sheriff's deputy dead. The 32-year-old suspect was active duty military.
He was dangerous, and he was an angry man intent on bringing harm to police officers. He murdered Sergeant Gutzwiller. He injured another deputy and another police officer.
Sheriff Jim Hart, Stephen Carrillo remains in custody. Sergeant Damon Gutzwiller was killed. That second deputy hospitalized in stable condition. Movie theaters in the state can begin reopening by the end of the week with some strict guidelines. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. Not too late. Give them a call. Make sure your air conditioner is ready for summer.
O'Reilly. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $28.95 and get a $10 O'Reilly gift card after mail-in rebate. You can even order at O'ReillyAuto.com and we'll deliver it curbside. Protect your engine from sludge and wear at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How much money would you like to save just by doing something you're already doing? 15 or 25%? How about 30%? Here in California, all state safe drivers can save 30% just by doing something they're already doing. Driving safe. That's right, 30% just by driving safe. Allstate can help lower your cost of driving. Safe drivers can save 30% or more. Visit Allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote today.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 2 locations in the Valley. One in El Centro, another in Brawley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Tuesday morning, embattled Calexico City Councilman David Romero has resigned. Romero, Mayor Pro Tem of Calexico, has been charged by the U.S. Attorney's Office with corruption in connection with accepting bribes to facilitate a city permit for a cannabis dispensary in the border city. He submitted a letter of resignation Monday morning, giving up his seat on the council immediately. In the letter, Romero said, "Upon everything that has unfolded in the last 2 weeks, I strongly believe this is the wisest and most effective decision for the benefit of our city and its citizens." The Calexico City Council will now have to decide whether to appoint a replacement or hold a special election. Romero's term of office was through November of 2022. Well, the Imperial County Office of Education releases a plan. It was put together by education leaders throughout the county. It is the pathway to reopening our schools. COVID-19 recovery guidance. The plan provides for a safe return to school in the fall, utilizing local, regional, state, and federal guidance, along with stakeholder input. The effort resulted in the development of the pathway to reopening our schools COVID-19 recovery guidance. It was released last Friday. The schools were closed in March to maintain the safety and well-being of the community. Recovery plans began earlier in the month. The guidance issued by the County Office of Education is comprised of guidelines for the local school districts to use as they work with their respective planning teams and stakeholders to develop district plans for reopening schools for the 2020-21 school year. KXO News Time, 7:43.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers are there for you with 2 locations in the Imperial Valley. At Quick Lane, you never need an appointment, and their technicians will service all makes and all models. Tires at the best price, brakes, batteries, lube, oil, and filter change, balance and alignments too. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro. In the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers.
Well, the latest information from the Imperial County Public Health Department shows an increase of 5 deaths since the Friday morning numbers. The death toll from the virus is now 38, up from 33 on Friday and up 9 from the previous Monday. The number of individuals testing positive went from 2,568 on Friday to 3,013 on Monday afternoon. Monday's number is an increase of 1,259 from the previous Monday. Active cases dropped over the weekend. There were 975 reported Friday and 750 on Monday. The number of patients who have recovered from the virus is now 2,225, an increase of 665 from the Friday report when the number was 1,560. The Monday report showed that 18,996 people have been tested so far. That's an increase of 3,875 from Friday. Testing is now being done at 2 Optum Serve sites in the Valley, one at the Calexico Community Center and the other at Veterans Hall in Imperial. Testing is also being done at the County Health Department, as well as both Imperial Valley hospitals and private health care providers. Well, the Calipatria City Council will meet for a regular council meeting this evening. They'll go into closed session at 5 p.m. and they'll reconvene in public session at 6 p.m. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, the service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Quick Lane in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 in Julia Drive, and on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro. Quick Lane. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Kxo Radio and the Imperial Valley Business Recovery Task Force ask that you take the pledge. Commit to keeping yourself and our community safe and help fight the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Doing this will mean reopening of more businesses and a return to more normal activities. The pledge: I pledge to support local business. I pledge to abide by the standards outlined by the businesses I frequent. I pledge to protect my community by taking responsibility for my actions. I pledge to wash my hands according to CDC recommendations. I pledge to wear my face covering properly when visiting businesses. I pledge to respect social distancing of 6 feet and refrain from gathering in groups. I pledge to do my part and make a difference in the valley. Take the pledge. Help our Imperial Valley recover. Page 2 of the local news and weather, brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, or retirement planning.
Continuing with more local news, the County Board of Supervisors meet today, as it is Tuesday. They have 4 possible action items on their agenda. The board will be asked to adopt the Mental Health Services Act, a 3-year program, and an expenditure plan for the act. They will be asked to approve a grant agreement with the Public Health Department in an amount not to exceed $370,024. They will discuss the financial forecast for the upcoming fiscal year, and CEO Tony Rajoras Jr. will discuss the Imperial County Business Stabilization Lending Program. The supervisors go into public session at 10 a.m. They would prefer interested individuals view the meeting via live stream video. It can be found on the county website. Questions can be submitted to the clerk of the board during the regular business hours. For those who do attend, social distancing will be enforced, a 6-foot distance between individuals will be maintained. Sunday morning, El Centro Police responded to a report of a snake in a garage on Rupert Franks Street. The snake was taken into custody and released about 2 miles south of the city without charges. The type of snake was not mentioned. Imperial Irrigation District begins the third wave. It happened over the weekend. The Imperial Irrigation District began the third wave of a voluntary on-site shelter-in-place program for a core group of employees to ensure the reliability of the district's energy system and to keep employees safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. The third phase of the IID's sequestration program involves 10 employees who will work 12-hour shifts over 21 consecutive days, housed at a designated critical IID facility 24 hours a day. The IID is California's third largest public power provider, serving 155,000 customer accounts in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys, representing a population of approximately 450,000. Well, a business on North Imperial Avenue reported a break-in Sunday morning. According to the El Centro Police Department, in the early morning hours Sunday, a lock on a gate to the store was cut off by 2 suspects. The only thing reported missing was a defective Remington 16-inch chainsaw. Damage to a chain and lock was estimated at $8. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
David H. West Insurance has been helping residents in Imperial Valley for many years with their insurance needs. David, Jose, and staff are trained professionals who can help you make the right decision with your insurance coverage, from health, Medicare, and most importantly, a life insurance plan. How much life insurance do you need and what's your monthly cost? We'll call David H. West Insurance today to make an appointment and get a free quote on a life insurance plan that's right for you and your family at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carol Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, we'll have warmer high temperatures, though still below normal, can be expected today, along with lingering breeziness. The warming trend continues Wednesday into Friday, with highs climbing above normal. A modest cooling trend takes place from west to east later Friday through Sunday, and there will be an increase in breeziness. 90 the high yesterday, 61 the low. Wind gusts peaked at 23 miles an hour yesterday afternoon. Today will be sunny with a high near 94, northwest wind about 5 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 67, west wind about 5 miles an hour. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 103, west-northwest wind around 5 miles per hour. 70 degrees downtown, 28% relative humidity, wind out of the west at 5 to 7 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news and the weather, brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplemental coverage. David H. West Insurance Services.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to Kxo AM 1230 at 7 a.m. and now on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to kxoradio.com for a 5-minute podcast highlight of the show or the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of Kxo AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
It's sports time. Major League Baseball? Maybe. Yeah. The league has reportedly sent another proposal to players regarding terms of a shortened 2020 season. Yeah, and this one isn't likely to gain any traction either. The league's latest proposal calls for a 76-game regular season. The regular season would end September 27th. The playoffs would be over by the end of October. There would be 16 teams making the playoffs. Players would be given 75% prorated salaries and playoff pool money. Players would have to sign an acknowledgement of risk before agreeing to play, and high-risk players could choose to opt out of playing and still get paid and credit for team service time. The players don't seem very interested in the latest proposal.
Going on now at Derma's Floor Covering, Shaw Floors introduces the Floorvana sale, including the original Cortec waterproof vinyl plank with cork backing and carpet with stain resistant and waterproof. Plus, wood and tile are on sale with special financing on approved credit. Their doors are open and following all CDC guidelines, keeping your family and our family safe. Stop by Derma's Floor Covering in Imperial and see the Shaw Floor Gallery today, serving the Imperial Valley since 1978 and still going strong. Happy birthday.
In other news, NFL players say they are going to kneel for the national anthem as a group. And some of the players are saying, hey, Roger, Mr. Goodell, you should be taking part in this as well. And meanwhile, Jadeveon Clowney has turned down a sizable offer from the Seahawks. That's the latest. The veteran pass rusher is currently, he's stuck on contract demands. Yeah. The former first overall pick reportedly entered free agency this offseason with a $20 million per year contract demand. Yeah, some teams have just said, nah, don't even want to bother to talk. Meanwhile, Vikings running back Dalvin Cook says he'll no longer participate in any team-related activities until and unless he receives what he determines to be a reasonable deal. To date, the Vikings' contract proposals to Cook demonstrate that they are a quarterback-first team. The Vikings gave quarterback Kirk Cousins a contract extension, paying him $30 million per season. Yeah, and the 24-year-old Cook now finds himself in a similar spot as other running backs, such as Ezekiel Elliott, Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, and Melvin Gordon. Yeah, I want money. That's it for Sports Time. Stick around. Financial news coming up.
Stop waiting and start off-road living in a Can-Am today. The spring sales event is on now at Liberty Motorsports. Take on every task, trail, and terrain in a Can-Am off-road vehicle that will easily handle anything that comes your way. And for a limited time, get 1.99 financing for 60 months on select models, making it easier than ever to own a Can-Am. Visit Liberty Motorsports at 1999 South Arizona Avenue now.
Liberty Motorsports.
Let's take a look at financial news and a brief look at the weather. U.S. stock benchmarks retreated sharply early today after a rally yesterday pushed the NASDAQ composite to its first all-time closing high since February 19th. Investors were optimistic about the economy's ability to rebound from the coronavirus pandemic. The Dow Jones Industrial Average off over 350 points on early trading, with the blue chip gauge on the verge of snapping its longest win streak, 6 days, since the 8-session stretch in September of 2019. The S&P 500 gave up 33 points on early trading. The NASDAQ composite declined 23 points. The National Bureau of Economic Research declared the U.S. recession started in February, ending a 128-month expansion, the longest dating to 1854. Meanwhile, the World Bank forecasts the global economy will shrink by 5.2% this year because of the coronavirus pandemic. A report on U.S. small business owners turned more optimistic about an economic rebound in May, and then shifted to the view that a coronavirus-induced recession will be short-lived. A closely followed survey showed the optimism of the small companies rose just a bit.
H&R Block Tax Pros are available year-round to get you every credit and deduction you deserve. Because the tax deadline has been extended to July 15th this year, you have more time to organize your documents and file your return, if you need it. If, on the other hand, you think you have a refund coming this year, why wait? The IRS is still processing returns. When you're ready to tackle your taxes, we're ready to help. Safely drop off your documents at our office or work with your tax pro from the comfort of your home. Call or visit your nearest H&R Block in Imperial Valley or log on to hrblock.com today to get started.
It will be sunny today with a high near 94, northwest wind about 5 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 67, west wind around 5 miles an hour. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 103, west-northwest wind about 5 miles per hour. 71 degrees downtown, 26% relative humidity, wind out of the west-northwest at 325 miles an hour. That's it. CBS News coming up. Local news when and where it happens on AM 1230 KXO. Check out our web, kxoradio.com, and find us on Facebook.
You work hard to care for your citrus orchard. With Savanto Prime insecticide from Bayer as part of your integrated pest management plan, you can ensure it's getting the right pest protection. Savanto Prime has long-lasting performance that targets Asian citrus celid, which is a primary vector of the HLB disease, citricola scale, thrips, and other damaging citrus pests. Your citrus orchard is an investment. Keep it protected and maintain the quality your customers expect. Learn more at savantoprime.com. Always read and follow label instructions.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Capital One Bank.
I'm Steve Kafin in northern New Jersey. Solemn day in Houston. The casket carrying George Floyd's body is brought into a church for a private funeral. Floyd's death last month was all too public and has touched off a national debate on policing and racism. CBS's Michelle Miller.
This church holds about 2,000 people, but just 500 will be allowed inside because of social distancing. And after the service, Floyd will be laid to rest at Houston Memorial Garden Cemetery, right next to his mother.
Wanda Cooper Jones is attending the funeral. She's the mother of Ahmaud Arbery, who was shot and killed in Georgia over the winter. She's not convinced Floyd's death will have the lasting impact that many hope.
We tried for change so many times before, and we failed to get it.
Joe Biden tells Nora O'Donnell what he's hearing from protesters suggests otherwise.
They were telling me that, guess what, Mr. Vice President? All the young white men and women marching with young black men and women, almost as many. It's going to change. There's hope. They have hope.
The New York City police officer is facing criminal charges. He was caught on video shoving a woman to the ground during a protest. Good news is, with pandemic rules easing, many stores are reopening. The bad news is, many that can won't.
Victoria's Secret. Bloomberg says business lost during the pandemic could force as many as 25,000 U.S. stores to close permanently this year, most of them in malls. They include Victoria's Secret, JCPenney, and Pier 1 Imports. That would shatter last year's record of 9,800 closings. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Bombshell Paradise.
A Labor Department report today on job openings finds hiring all but vanished in April with 7.7 million layoffs. In Russia, Moscow ended a virus lockdown that's been in place since late March. Residents are no longer required to self-isolate at home or get electronic passes for traveling around the city. Beauty parlors are open too. The American Cancer Society is out with new prevention guidelines today. They include familiar advice about cutting back on red meats, processed food, and sugary drinks. The group's Dr. Laura Makaroff says going easy on adult beverages is important too.
It's best to not drink alcohol. For people who do choose to drink alcohol, you should limit your consumption to no more than 1 drink a day for women and 2 drinks per day for men.
Checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 184 points. This is CBS News.
Why settle for average? With Capital One, you can open a new savings account with a rate 5 times the national average. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
O'Reilly.
Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $28.95 and get a $10 O'Reilly gift card after mail-in rebate. You can even order at O'ReillyAuto.com and we'll deliver it curbside. Protect your engine from sludge and wear at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Walgreens, we know summer may look a little different this year. That's why we've made it easier to enjoy the moments you do make with new ways to shop. With shop online and pick up in our drive-thru, or quick same-day delivery on select items with Postmates, you can keep summer going. This week, find great deals like buy 2 skincare items from your favorite brands like Aveeno and Pond's. Get a 3rd item free. Walgreens. Offer valid with card while supplies last. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See Walgreens.com for details.
All throughout the pandemic, we've heard of people who need help but just can't get it. Here's a new case from Florida.
Orange County's financial assistance website is supposed to help people like Eric Gortzig, who was laid off in March. When it debuted yesterday morning, the message read, "Come back Wednesday."
I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
The county says the site reached its limit of 2,000 applicants as soon as it opened, so they shut it down. Mayor Jerry Demings.
Quite frankly, I wasn't so pleased with how that rolled out.
Instead of Wednesday, the site is back up today. The limit now 20,000 people for the day. Get up to $1,000 from the Federal CARES Act. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
What's left of Tropical Storm Cristobal is headed north into the Mississippi Valley. It's due to merge with another system that'll cause heavy rain and strong winds in much of the Midwest over the next few days. In northern New Jersey, I'm Steve Kathan.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sounded a little taller on radio.
AM 1230 KXO. 1230 KXO.